No, I think the message we're simply conveying is that the torching of buildings, destruction of assets, threatening life and limb is at variance with what the ANC represents. And it can't be done in the name of any ANC leader, including myself. It's an untenable situation, it's unacceptable, and must condemn that in the strongest possible terms. So there's no amount of grievance or displeasure that can merit the kind of responses that we've seen in other parts of the city, including here. So that's the first message that we convey. The second one is to reiterate what is in fact our singular view and collective view as the REC, to firmly endorse the name of Comrade Thoko Didiza as the mayoral candidate for the city of Tshwane. I think it's important that that message comes through, that people have an appreciation of ANC processes, and the culmination of that process is what the National Executive has communicated to us. The leadership, higher structures, province and national, as Comrade Tshwane indicated, listen to the grievances and then they'll take them up with the relevant officials. But it was important that we reassert that message. We will not tire in reasserting the message that there must be calm, there must be tranquility, there must not be disruption to people's daily lives, and that a decision is here before us, and we will respect it as the leadership of the ANC. And not just respect it, but also support it enthusiastically.
Are you confident that tomorrow people will be able to return to work and normalcy will prevail?
Well, I'm not a witch doctor. The little response I can give you is that we convey this message in the strongest possible terms, and we are relying on the collective wisdom of our people, that there will be a meeting of the minds, just for people to appreciate that you will never resolve anything under a situation under such conditions. No, it won't happen. And I think Minister Comrade Tshwane was very clear to assert that position, that if you want to be listened to, there's a way that you are expected to conduct yourself. So if you continue touching, if you continue closing, there's no business why your grievances should be listened to. Law enforcement agencies must make sure that they have a grip on the situation, and then the ones that requires political intervention is for senior leadership to deal with that. As the chairperson of the province has indicated, tomorrow we are in this area. It's a decision, by the way, that was taken on Sunday. So it's not a decision that has been taken because of this situation as we speak now, to visit the branches by Wednesday. Those of you who were there on Wednesday at the Pretoria Showgrounds, the event center, on Sunday the event center, you remember that's how we concluded that meeting, will be spread across the zones, so that the meeting, the message rather, can filter through speedily and reach as many people as possible.
Okay, I'll just allow, because we're rushing, right? I'll allow 2 more questions. I think generally, there's nothing beyond, the questions that were raised. But 2 more questions, and then we'll still address you, okay? So one, and media houses, different media houses, right? Radio, okay, that was TV. Radio, one radio. Yeah, and then paper, one radio. Radio, yeah. And then paper. Where's radio?
You can leave it, man.
Radio is asking.
Oh,
Yeah. How many days did you agree with the residents that you would be back? And what's going to be happening? Did they say? Because I've spoken to some of them who are saying Aluta continua. So I don't understand if you promised them you'd be back after 3 days, maybe. And is that the timeline that you've given them?
No, we haven't given any timeline. We definitely haven't. We just told them that we'll go and listen to the problems. I mean, we've listened to the problems. We'll convey them to the national leadership. I'm the only NEC member who's here. And I told them that they must, because they kept on insisting there on democracy. And I said, the democracy they are talking about also needs me to go back and report to other leaders. They don't expect me to stand here as the only NEC, or Comrade Paul Mashatile and the other PC members, few as they are, to make a ruling here. Because that's not the democracy that they say must be respected.
Okay, newspaper?
Residents have been very clear that they, like we've heard,
Comrade speaker here, the mayor and chairperson of ANC, spent time explaining how the process took place, what actually happened to reach the conclusion that we reached in. It's not that nobody was listening. We were following ANC processes. But today here, we're going to hear their grievances vis-a-vis that decision and the processes. There was nothing wrong with the process we followed. It has been followed all over the country. All the decisions which were taken all over the country was following the process of what was said in the ANC conference resolutions. But because Tshwane was a special case, and you are aware that it's not the first time that we had a special case. We had it in Nelson Mandela Bay, and this is also a special case. Because of that special case, we came to listen and they spoke. As I said, about 33 people spoke. We took notes and we are going to give them to leadership, and the matter will be taken forward.
Okay, community media. Is there any community media? Right, so it's a rep. What? One more.
Just one last question. Yeah. Are you not worried that you're giving the residents false hope when you say you're going to discuss with the ANC and you want to come back to them? Because a few that I've spoken to seem to believe that when you come back, you're going to come with the answer that they're looking for.
No, discussion is discussion. When you meet and you discuss with people, you can't tell them that we are discussing but I'm not listening. You can't say so. And you can't say I'm listening but you are not taking the matter anyway. It's not giving false hope. It's a discussion. You listen and you go and sit down and look at the options.
Okay, it's a wrap. Thank you so much. And thank for cooperating.